Hi, it's been a while, huh? I've been working because that's what we do. And so I've been a little busy getting things together. It's Virgo season now, officially. And as I wrote on the blog, oh, yeah, hi, I'm Kamilah Rose with the Bliss Institute. So as I wrote on the blog post on theblissinstitute.org, Virgo season has been creeping up for quite a long time. So I've been feeling that and dealing with that and getting things together like you should be doing, which is assessing and critiquing and getting rid of things that don't work for you. So I hope that's what you've all been doing as well, and that you're having a wonderful second half of 2019. So let's get into this new moon in Virgo reading. So our main card is going to be, sorry, I was looking at Six of Wands. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. So there's been some victory, maybe. There's been some conflict going on. I think that was a lot of the Cancer energy, just brought a lot of emotional conflict, and then Leos didn't feel like being bothered with anything, and now like we're going through that assessment period, and so now it's kind of the actual cleaning out of things, clearing things. If we think back to very old references to Virgo season, this would be the time when everyone's getting ready for harvest, and they're sorting and they're figuring out what they have and what they don't have and what they need to follow up on or trade for in order to be able to survive through the winter. And so this is really like a time for assessment and figuring out what's going to work best. And I think that this is a time when we've been hopefully going over our goals, figuring out the people who support us and the ideas that are supportive and the institutions that are supportive. And now we're seeing that, okay, if we make the decision to not hold on to things that do not serve us well, then we are able to be victorious. We are able to move forward and to see a positive impact on this, even though it might cost us some things in the end and be an uncomfortable transition to make. So that's just general energy. Let's see what Aries has going on. Oh, Two of Wands. So you've got a decision. You've got some paths to take. You might do some traveling, get out of your old space, get out of that kind of limited framework that's just saying like, oh, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. This is the path you've always taken. Go on down that road. But also, I think it would be wise to go even beyond just the options that are showing up for you and to take some time to kind of sit quietly and to figure out, are there other options available to you? Because I think when we get to that Two of Wands, any two, we get to this idea where it's like, okay, well, it's either or, but we really need to go beyond even that binary understanding where it's just either or, this option or the other one. You can create as many options as you like, and you can choose what would actually work best for you. So don't limit yourself, Aries. Also, let the foolishness that's going on with all the other signs just kind of pass you by. Stay steady, stay focused. Then we have Taurus. Is this the World card? Oh, yes, Taurus. There we go. What a great card to get. So things are working out for you, Taurus. I think that because Taurus has some really great aspects going on with Virgo energy, the two earth signs, we have Taurus in Uranus in retrograde. It is just one of those, the world is at your feet and it's waiting for you to figure out what it is you would really like to do. You have made the choices, you've done the work, and now you're seeing the fruits of your labor. If you are not, it's because maybe you need to shift your perspective a little bit. I think the world sometimes can seem overwhelming because there's just so much available to you, and you're at that kind of let down point of when you do all this work and do all this work and do all this work, and then you have the big event and it's successful, and then it's like the crash of the stress and the emotions of having to get to that point. So you feel a little deflated. So if you're finding yourself feeling that way, just take a deep breath, go do something that's really relaxing and nurturing, and just be appreciative of what you've been able to accomplish to the best of your ability. Gemini, Nine of Swords. Get out of your head, Gemini. Gemini. Stop worrying about all this other stuff that's going on. You cannot control other people. You cannot I think that Geminis get so used to being able to sway the narrative and to be so powerful in their ability in communication and in connection, that when they come up against something that is really outside of their realm, they don't really know what to do with that. And right now, there's just so many things that are going on that are not controllable by our standards, by human intervention, that it's really one of those step back, you know, shift your perspective and just let what's going on externally work itself out. And internally, don't beat yourself up for being in situations that maybe aren't to your highest good, maybe, have left people feeling discouraged, and that you're, not really caring for them. Really just kind of say, okay, this is where it is. This is what it is. I cannot control this. I can only control myself. And then turn that focus of control inward so that you are able to actually do something about all these things that you're worried about that are just outside of you. All those swords are outside of her. It's all in her head. And if she can just kind of take a minute to be in that melancholy, but like lift her head up and see what's actually going on around her, she could shift and move out of that space. And that's Geminis. That's what's going to happen. 3 of Pentacles for the Cancers. So this is good. This means there's some good stuff coming up for you materially. Hopefully you're really tapping into that, highlighting your talents and using those skills to build up your wealth and your abundance and your finances, as the Uranus and Taurus is suggesting that we do. And that you're going to really see things start to come forth. You're going to really it's going to be work though. It won't be necessarily really easy, but it will be something where once it starts to grow, that momentum will just build and build and build. And you'll really start to see that forward movement that you've been wanting to see for a long time, that felt like it was just being held back during your season and during Leo season, when everyone just wanted to have fun and you were still processing a lot of the work that was going on internally. And we have for the Leos, 2 of Pentacles. So, all right, Leo, so you are also seeing some of this abundance come in. You're experiencing some choices around how it is you manage and how it is that you handle money, because I'm really seeing with this too, and how he's literally holding these up. And it's how you manage money, how you think about money, how you feel about your material wealth and where you are. As you can see, this ocean behind this person is pretty rocky, so maybe you're not feeling as stable as you would like to, but you can see that like he's balancing things pretty well, and that this is a cycle, and that this is something that you can steady yourself. If he put one foot down, he'd be a little bit more steady. You can steady yourself and your emotions towards money, and how those emotions drive you to make decisions that may not always be the best decisions for you, but also to grasp the wisdom of following your heart and the things that make you excited, and how that will lead you to a path that will actually bring you more emotional stability than letting that rockiness of scarcity mindset push you into just going for, okay, well, this will bring me a lot of money really quickly, or this is something that everyone else is telling me that I need to be doing, or, well, this looks really great right now. Like, get into that steady, long-term, consistently exciting framework, and then make your decisions from there. If you're finding that you're in kind of a rocky place when it comes to finances, because maybe you were really living it up during your season, budget, follow your budget, work your plan. So then we have Virgos. Happy Virgo season. We have the 3 of Cups. So this is going to be a good time for you. You're doing some of the work. You're seeing the celebration. The heaviness of Virgo season is still there, but I think it's a heaviness that you welcome, because the lightness of the other seasons makes you uncomfortable. It seems as if people are not taking things seriously like they need to, and you know the importance of doing the work. So this is a celebration of you in your glory and in your season, and being able to do the job that you've been brought here to do, which is to help sort, to help have that critical eye, to help with discernment and discrimination, and to sort, and to help us to be able to survive on the long term, and to get through the fall and the winter. And there's glory in that for you. And so although things might feel tough, maybe you feel a little tired, maybe you feel really stressed out, like it's, there's a good stress and a bad stress, and this is the good stress for you. So lean into that, go with it, don't fight against it and become resistant. Find other people who too are wanting to get the work done, and settle in for that, and don't let others make you feel bad about your natural inclination to want to work and want to see things through to completion. Your is for us, and it's really important. So your job is really important. For the Libras, we have the Ace of Wands. Yay, Libras. We are ready. We're ready for something new. We're ready for new ideas, new excitement, something that gets us hyped, something that gets us out of the doldrums. I, as a Libra, I love Leo season. I love Leo season. And then we had the full moon in Aquarius, and it felt like the door just kind of shut on Leo season. And it just felt like all of a sudden things were just like, okay, it just felt really heavy. And I do think that that was in part of the work of Virgo season starting to come through early, because it was like there's really a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up. And I think that a lot of it is Virgo kind of starts to gather up any undone work throughout the seasons. So from Aries to Virgo, like Virgo has had its wheelbarrow out there, and it's just been picking it up along the way. And now you reach that end of Leo season, and that's the end of the last thing that it'll be picking up. And so whether you've been doing your work throughout these other signs, like there might be leftovers. And so now it's like, okay, we really do need to go through and clean this up. Like Leo season is so bright and fun and beautiful, but Leo season really is pushing us to have the courage to face these things that need to be addressed, to be our true selves, to let ourselves be seen and to be heard and to speak, and to be able to turn to Leo or Virgo when it is here and say, okay, let's get this work done. And Libras coming as the next sign, we're prepping for what we need to do, which is to balance out the seasons, to take the scales and to see if our heart is as light as a feather, and like that unburden. And so this is like a very creative time for Libras, because we are right about to hit our season. We're right about to start all this new energy ramping up, because as we are destroying in getting rid of the things that are weighing us down that Virgo has delivered up to us, we're giving that new space for new life, new ideas, new energy to come forth, and we're calling that down. So rest, Libra. That is what you should do. You should rest. You should do what works best for you to let the energy and the thoughts and the wisdom flow. Scorpios, Queen of Wands. Yes, Queen of Wands. So you're feeling a lot more stable, a lot more confident. You are feeling as if you are aware of what's going on and that you're in control. You know what needs to be done. You have wisdom, you have companionship, you have wealth, you have status, you have authority. It's a very confident and self-assured position, and one that is an energy of doing. This is not the feelings, which you can be very much so into. I think you've had a successful summer in that when responsibility was placed upon you, you were able to follow through. You were able to show people that you are worthy of the responsibility that's been placed upon you. And so you're entering into this new time frame as someone who is an authority, who is an expert, who is Queen of Wands. So good job. Have fun. Enjoy it. For the Sagittarius, we have the Eight of Pentacles. And so this is, again, a working card. This is getting the work done. This is focusing. This is hard work, determination, seeing things through, following them through to the end. Sagittarians, you are so like fun-loving and light and really wanting to just learn so much and see so much that I do feel like sometimes it's distraction, because you're looking for the thing that keeps you in that energy of transformation and in that energy of like shifting the seasons right before we move into winter. And so you're very much like the phoenix that has to rise, that has to get us through the underworld and into that eighth gate energy so that we're able to transform and be reborn. And that is hard work, and it takes a level of being light, that fire that we need from Sagittarius to do so. That means that you don't always like being weighed down with the work. And so right now, like, I know it might not feel too great. I know you might be experiencing that bit of victory from the energy that's already happened, but like, you need to buckle down. It's Virgo season. Buckle down and push through this kind of evaluation phase so that you can get to Libra season and things will lighten up. All right, and then we have our Capricorns who got the Hermit card. Go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere, Capricorns. Go chill out. Go rest up. Go learn. Go take a class. Go become the wise person that you are supposed to. We are entering into the underworld seasons. People are going to be needing your light of hope. Notice that the Hermit does have the lantern. The lantern is the wisdom that they are able to show others as they have gone through the lessons, as they have learned through not necessarily always experience, but more so through taking the time apart to get to know themselves. And because they know themselves well, they've learned secrets of the universe, of the way that the world works. The world will need that as we enter into fall and winter. So take that time, step aside. Also, there's a lot of foolishness going on out there, and you don't want to get caught up in that. So like, just let them do their thing. For the Aquarians, we have the Ace of Swords. So this is a great one about new ideas, new movement, new ways of thinking about things. I think coming from the Ace or from the full moon in Aquarius and from the hard work and things that are going on with Virgo season, I think Aquarians are getting a little bit of a break in that this energy of shifting is really good for them because it feeds into that flexibility that they need to kind of balance out that fixed nature that they have. And so to kind of have this place where like now you've entered into a state of creativity, of freedom of the mind, and people are open to that creativity. They want to hear your ideas. They want to know what you're thinking of. So like dive into it and go fully into it. And lastly, Pisces. Pisces has the Prince of Pentacles. So you've got some new ideas coming up. You've got some great opportunities coming up. People are sending you messages. People want to know what you're doing, what you're working on. Do not move so quickly that you are not making plans. This is Virgo season. You must have a plan. If they are not presenting you with a clear plan, an idea, and principles, do not follow through. Do not sign the paperwork. Have someone else read over it if that is not your thing, someone who is detail oriented, and be someone who is willing to dream, who is willing to speak clearly about what it is they need and their expectations, and be someone who is financially savvy. Go read the books, go watch the YouTube videos, go learn what you need to learn so that when you are presented with these opportunities, you are really informed and able to make wise decisions. And that is everybody. That's everything for the new moon in Virgo. I think it's going to be a good season. I think every season is a good season. I do think some are rougher than others. I am excited to see what goes on during this Virgo season. I think it's going to be a lot of cleaning up, a lot of people kind of settling in. I feel that that energy of fall is already flowing in really, really strongly. The energy of the winds and the change and the shifts in the mindset and our ways that we react is already coming in. We're wanting to settle into fall and into Libra energy, but we've got Virgo who's still here, like they have their wheelbarrow and they're like, we got to clean this stuff up really quickly before we can get ready for fall. So enjoy, take some time, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other, and I'll see you all later. Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.